Hello everybody, welcome again to another episode of the Train with Press Buttons. I'm so glad that you could join me on this special podcast. So, I'm doing another podcast outside because I had to do two podcasts back to back. One about the ACC Championship and another one on what I'm going to be talking about today. Because I forgot to do one yesterday, so I'm having to do another one today. I'm having to do two today, so I'm just doing it back to back just so I can get it done and get it over with. So today is going to be about Dune Part 2. I'm sure that a lot of y'all know about this. This movie, I heard, is doing very, very well in the box office right now. I think Dune was like an old movie, back in like the 80s or 70s. I don't even know when. I started watching the first one, but then I just kind of forgot about the movie. But I am going to probably keep watching it to see the ending and see if I want to see the new one. Because people are saying it's really, not people, but just by looking at how much money they made a whole bunch of money on opening weekend. So again, I'm going to be reading from another beautiful article that y'all love hearing me read from. This is from today. Literally today. It's the NBC News today. I want to tell y'all the link, the exact link, so y'all can go read along with me. It is today.com/movie/Dune-2-box-office-RCNA141563. So that's the exact link that y'all need to go to, or you can just search up Dune 2 box office today, or something like that, and then it should pop up anyway. Okay, so here we go. Dune 2 earns biggest box office debut of the year with $81.5 million. That's a lot for an opening weekend. And not only that, there's going to be a whole bunch more weekends. Because usually these movies are popular, way popular to see on the weekend. So I'm sure that there will be a lot of show times going on next weekend. So yeah, alright, here we go. The sci-fi epic had the largest opening since Taylor Swift's concert film, The Eras Tour, in October, which earned $93 million in its first week. So I don't know. We'll see if Dune 2 can beat it. I don't know. Okay, Dune Part 2 is riding those massive sandworms all the way to the top of the box office charts. Director Denis Villeneuve's big budget sequel has collected $81.5 million in the domestic debut and delivered a mighty necessary jolt for struggling movie theaters. It's the biggest opening weekend of the year and the largest since last October's Taylor Swift concert from the Eras Tour, which made $93 million during the first week. This is an outstanding opening for the science fiction sequel, says David A. Gross of movie consulting firm Franchise Entertainment Research. Audiences are connecting with these human, vulnerable characters. Buoyed by positive reviews and glowing word of mouth, it has a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes and a cinema score. Dune 2 seems to have expanded its fan base beyond sci-fi buffs and arrived on the higher end of expectations. Heading into the weekend, Warner Bros., the studio behind the adaptation of Frank Herbert's seminal 1965 novel, conservatively projected a $65 million start, though most box office prognosticators, y'all are going to have to read this along with me. Y'all want us to optimize this reading experience. Believes that revenues would surpass $80 million. At the international box office, the sequel added $97 million for a massive global tally of $178 million. It's really permeated the culture, says Dune producer Mary Parent. All signs point toward a long play. Like the first film, Dune Part 2 is especially popular in IMAX and other premium large formats. PLFs, as the known in the industry, contributed a massive 48% of the film's domestic tally. Meanwhile, IMAX accounted for $18.5 million of ticket sales, representing 23% of the market share demanded to watch on 70mm film. Directors' format of choice has been so high that some brave moviegoers have resorted to 3:15 a.m. showtimes. Yes, a.m. Oh my goodness. Jeez, 3:15. I remember back when Endgame came out and they had it at a movie theater by me. They had a 2 a.m. showtime that was sold out. That's just crazy. And Endgame, it was like 3 hours. Shout out to my mom. My mom absolutely thought this movie was crap. For those of y'all that are Marvel fans out there, I will give y'all 100% permission to argue about that. And I'll be showing those comments to my mom if y'all would love to. So that way I can see her reaction. And if y'all really want to, I'll tell y'all her reaction on the podcast. So anyway, our most iconic film locations are virtually sold out for weeks, says IMAX CEO Rich Gelfond. With interest for those pricier PLF screens, Part 2 looks like it'll have the legs needed to justify its expensive return to the desert planet of Arrakis. I guess that's where the movie takes place. The film, co-produced and co-financed by Legendary Entertainment, cost $190 million to produce the roughly $100 million more to promote it to global audiences. Additional ticket sales for the sequel have far exceeded the original Dune, which opened in 2021 to $41 million while landing simultaneously on HBO Max. Part 1 ended its run with a $402 million globally. We can get one of the only financial wins of the studio's pandemic-era hybrid release strategy. The follow-up was originally slated to hit the big screen last fall, but it was delayed to spring because of the actors' strike, which prevented stars Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya, Florence Pugh, and the rest of the sprawling, buzzy cast from being able to promote the movie. On its new release date, the second Dune benefited from pent-up demand. There hasn't been a blockbuster in weeks. Opening grosses of Dune 2 on the heels of Warner's fantasy musical Wonka appear to confirm Chalamet as the rarest of species, a bankable leading man. And outsized commercial results might position Villeneuve, with the possible exception of Christopher Nolan, as the filmmaker being best able to deliver the types of brainy, big screen spectacles that can appeal to wide audiences. And if you're not know, Christopher Nolan just made the movie. I'm sure that everybody know about this by now. It's on Peacock now. It is Oppenheimer. I didn't see it. I wasn't going to go see it, but I just didn't think that I would be very interested in it. But I did hear, I think it came out back out into the theater like 3 times, which is absolutely amazing. So, with Dune Part 2 taking up on the majority of oxygen of multiplexes. Other movies in the theaters fought for scraps. In a distant second place, Paramount's musical biopic Bob Marley, One Love added $7.4 million from 3,390 theaters. The film starring Kingsley Ben-Adir as the music legend has become a surprise box office success with $82.7 million in North America and $146 million globally. I think you want to go see the new Bob Marley movie. It looks pretty good. Hilary Swank's inspirational drama Ordinary Angels remained in third place with $3.8 million from 3,020 locations. After 2 weeks on the big screen, the Lionsgate and Kingdom Story Company film has collected a mere $12 million. However, Ordinary Angels reported carries a modest budget in the low double digits, which could help to offset these lackluster grosses. At the number 4 spot, Madam Web. Oh, I actually kind of wanted to go see it. I didn't really know if it would be that good. Continued to sputter with $3.2 million from 3,116 theaters. Sony's Spider-Man spin-off starring Dakota Johnson as the paramedic with psychic abilities cost $80 million and has generated a paltry $40 million domestically and $50 million internationally to date. Faith-based TV series The Chosen it's an okay show. Rounded at the top 5 with $3.1 million from 2,215 venues. Now you're probably wondering, if y'all know the show, what's that show? The Chosen. It is, of course, a show that is on TV and on, like, Peacock and wherever. But with this show, it was actually, they brought it, like, the first, like, few episodes into the theaters or something. So that's what they're talking about. Fathom Events has been rolling out the show's season 4 exclusively in cinemas with 2-week runs of episodes. And the March 2nd through 3rd weekend run included episodes 7 and 8. Ticket sales were slightly behind episodes 4 through 6, which brought in $3.5 million. They steeply declined from episodes 1 through 3, which generated $6 million to start and $14 million during its run. Prior to this weekend, domestic box office Reddit views were 20% behind the same period in 2023, but after the arrival of Destiny 2, Dune 2, the gap shrank to 13.5% according to ComScore. What a difference a weekend makes, says senior ComScore analyst Paul DeGarabedian. Better late than ever. Okay, so that's it. That's everything. I think I might want to go see Dune. I do not know. I need to finish the first one to see if I even like it. Because I know it's one of the popular movies like Star Wars and Marvel movies and all that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know how good the movie was. If y'all want to go see Dune 2, let me know if it was good and if it's even worth watching it. I would probably just wait till it comes out on Max, it used to be called HBO Max, now it's just called Max. I'll just wait to see how good it is, which it sounds like it's really, really good, but people just have different opinions for different movies. So let me know how good the movie was, and yeah. Alright guys, thank you so much for taking your time tuning into the Trevor Press Buttons. Hope that y'all have a blessed night and have a great night. Goodbye, everybody.